Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Columbia Eagles football, here presented by KCHS on the beautiful Friday night here from East Alton, Wood River High School, where the 4-1 Eagles take on the 4-1 Oilers. Alex Schlemmer and Jared Germain. Jared, beautiful complex and beautiful night here.
Yeah, we got the lights already on over here in East Alton, Wood River, and going to be a good one tonight.
You're listening to the Aces Wild pregame show presented by Aces Wild Video Game and Parlor in Columbia. Come on up. We got monthly and weekly giveaways. They have a Queen of Hearts going right now. Close to $2,000 in the jackpot, only 2 weeks in. So go on up. The Columbia Quarterback Club will be benefiting from that. So that is a 7:30 on Thursday nights that drawing happens. So come on up and support the Columbia Quarterback Club. As Jared, we look over tonight. Like I said, another beautiful complex. They just honored their JFL, their Junior Football League. Kind of like what we did last week. So it looks like they are going to be leading the way through the tunnel as well here, 22 minutes from kickoff. And Jared, talk a little bit about last week with Blue Jay night. Awesome experience for the kids and an awesome game that the Eagles played against Freeburg.
Yeah, first quarter wasn't real pretty. I think we saw about probably 10 punts combined. But when that second quarter rolled around, Columbia really got it going. Offensive side of the ball really started rolling. And, talking about Don Vagley all year, but, we can start there. You've seen it all year, what he can do on his feet. And we saw him throw a little bit last week as well. He was 10 for 19 for 104 yards, and he had a touchdown, that key touchdown. I think it was to Brennan Wyke on that little fake play-action pass all the way across the field and scored. So, and from there, second quarter, we played pretty well all game.
And, you look at what we just saw, the coin toss. We'll go ahead and give the spoiler here. The Columbia Eagles won the coin toss and will elect to receive the football. Last week, Coach Horner, he came out. I think our first drive was 10 seconds with 3 incompletions. He come out slinging, and tonight he wants the football right away. I think he's going to come out same mindset.
Yeah, he usually defers, I think, if we win the toss and puts Coach Germain's defense out there first. But Coach Horner wants to come out and get that score get that score up pretty quick. So we'll see if Columbia is ready for that.
You talk about the Eagles' offense last week. That's obviously something, everyone likes the points. But Columbia with the 24-0 victory over Freeburg, and I don't think I expected it by any means. You expect to have a good game. I would have never thought that was going to happen, though.
Yeah, anytime you play Freeburg, it's a big rivalry, and we came out, like I said, in that second quarter and really put it to them, and there was really no turning back after that.
Columbia, like you see there, 213 yards on the ground, 104 passing, 317 total. Vaguely 9 rushes, 149 yards, 2 touchdowns. And let's talk about that first touchdown he had. It was the second quarter. He had the big completion off to the left.
To Wetzel.
Yep. Great catch, gets him to a 3. Vaguely then runs to the left side. I called him down on the broadcast. I called him down, and all of a sudden he Houdini's out of it and then reverses field.
And plows a kid in the end zone. Zach Wetzel, was still over there making a great stock block.
Yeah, so Zach Wetzel never takes a play off, and he gets rewarded there. So that was a great play there. You go to that next drive then, force a quick 3-and-out, I believe it was, with Freeburg, and their punt that lasted 2 seconds might have went 10 yards, and it got where we needed the ball, I think at like the 35-yard line, and that's whenever that Wyke play happened and really took the sails out of Freeburg.
It was right before halftime, too. There's only probably a minute or two left. And, they going into halftime knowing we were getting ball back, it was really big to put some more points up on the board. And then we came out and, like Don Vagley did, was Don Vagley.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. That was a 65-yard field goal that the camera skipped on. So, I don't know, maybe
field
me
goal.
And Jared – or touchdown. 65-yard touchdown.
That would be something.
Down the field, and unfortunately it skipped all the way through. I guess me and Jared got a little too excited, but it was funny listening back, though. I said, hey, we're in a must-score drive right here right before half. We scored, and then you said, I would love to see Coach Horner slinging around. We need to get in the end zone. Well, one play we kept it on the ground, but we got in there. So you look, Janik, 9 rushes, 39 yards. It's a nice little addition that we have with him back there in the backfield now.
And we have those 3 running backs now with Wyke, Janik, and Bryant back there with Don Vagley. So I like what Coach Horner's been doing this year with putting Carter Hicks kind of as an up-back lead blocker, and then sometimes putting 2 running backs in the backfield just to lead block for Don Vagley. I like what Coach Horner's been doing with this offense this year.
And that's what we call a king set. I don't know what the official term is for the team, but like you said, if you got those 3 guys leading the way, those are 3 very strong physical backs. You got your quarterback's a very strong physical guy too, and you can't take anything away from our offensive line last week. They had holes left and right, and Vaguely never really was pressured too much that I can remember.
Yeah, and I mean you don't need much time to set guys like Janik or Vaguely free. Wyke's more of a power runner, and Bryant's more of a power runner, get downfield quick, but more of our flashy guys like Vaguely and Janik, you only need to be in the way for a split second, and give them a little room to work.
So now let's switch it over. Let's talk defense a little bit. They pitched the shutout. They have Freeburg now 0-2 in the conference. Defensively, we gave up 138 yards on the ground, 91 yards passing, and I think 30 of those yards were on one completion. I believe it was like a 3rd and long, and they just had it down the middle of the field, and that was one we said, man, I don't remember Wetzel getting beat like that. It was a double move, and it was a half a step that it all cost them, and 35 yards down the field.
Yeah, and also going back to last week, not having Mr. Denny and not having Mr. Brandon Jackson, we had Logan Hicks come in and play a little linebacker, and he played really well. 13 total tackles last week for him, so he's been stepping up. Next guy up, so we'll see if he can keep that going tonight.
We called a lot of names last week too. You know, I remember a couple plays that Schnabel was in the backfield, but then Carter Hicks got the tackle, and then they'd run the other way, and Hicks would be on the backfield, and Schnabel got the tackle too. So it's neat that it's kind of clicking right now. If you would have told me at the beginning of the year that we'd be sitting here at 4-1 right now, I probably would have said, okay, we'll see what it's doing, what it does.
I'll take it, Alex.
I'll take it. So another good team win for the Eagles last week, as was that Roxana win. So now you look at, I talked to Coach Horner this afternoon. We did not get to do a Holton Meets Coach's Corner, unfortunately. So I talked to him today. I said, what were your thought processes on it? And, you know, in his typical nonchalant, he goes, well, other than that first quarter, we played 3 full quarters. And that's something he hasn't been able to say is we've played a full game yet this year.
Yeah, and I mean, based off those last 3 quarters that we had, I mean, hopefully we can keep that going tonight. And since Horner wants the ball first, I'm thinking he wants to keep it going and put the pedal to the metal right away. So we'll see what that offense can do.
He also said last week, he goes, got to give credit to the defense. They were lights out, in his words. And he goes, offensively, we got something rolling. In the previous weeks, he said, you know, I'm just kind of throwing plays out there and hoping that it works. And he goes, and I'm calling up to Coach Baker in the booth, and I'm saying, what can I do next? And we're trying to figure out, and we can't. He goes, but this was my first week that I could look down and I knew what I was going to call. And he had a little bit of emotion there on the Brennan Wyke touchdown. He actually threw a little bit of a fist bump out there.
Yeah, I think we tried to run that play earlier in the season and it didn't really work. So when you call that play a second time, knowing that it didn't work the first time, it's got to be pretty special that it worked for him.
We're 15 minutes away from kickoff here in the Aces Wild pregame show. We're going to head to a break, and we will give you our insight and what we know about this Oiler football team when we return right after this. Welcome back to the Aces Wild pregame show. One other thing for Aces Wild. Next weekend, October 8th, is the Rib War, a big event that everyone seems to enjoy every year. Barbecue competition from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. We will have music by T-Nick from 3 to 6, and 6 to 10 will be Jeff Schmitty Schmitz, both one-man bands coming up. So come on up to Aces Wild next week. They'll be having a $100 giveaway for 10 lucky winners. So come on up to Aces Wild next week for that Rib War. As you hear the Oilers coming onto the field, they got the drum line going. They got smoke machines going. They got the JFL. Now the kids are coming out afterwards too. So pretty neat little experience here for these guys. And as you can hear, we are on the opposing team's sideline and we are outside. So we like to give you the sounds that we can. So just we'll keep that in mind tonight. So Jared, we talk about this Oiler football team here coming into the night 4-1. What do you have on who they've played and the scores that they've put up?
Well, they've played 2 conference games, Salem and Breeze. They won against Salem 42-34, and then they lost to Breeze Central last week 21-6. That was a really interesting score to me. Whenever we were done with our game last week, I was trying to find that score. I think you texted me and said, did you ever find that score? And I didn't find it. But 21-6, they lost last week. Coming in 4-1, you don't really know what to expect. We don't know much about them. But from what I've heard, they got a couple athletes. We just got to be able to tackle really well and just get our guys in open space and let them do their work.
You say open space. I talked to Coach. He said, I like our athletes first theirs. And typically that's what we do like. And like you said, just get them out in open space. Let them make the play and go from there. He said they're a team, they're going to hit hard. They're going to tackle really well. They don't mess up too many times. And then if you look at the offensive side of the ball, he goes, I look at Roxana, and that's what I see out of them.
Yeah.
He goes, they're going to run hard. They're going to run a lot. And they keep the ball, and something with this Eagles offense, typically they do like keeping the ball out of our hands. So you look at this team, though, they can put up 156 points this year, 85 points given up. So they're winning their games 31-17, and I wouldn't imagine that our numbers are that big. I don't have that stat in front of me, but just something that we have to look forward to tonight. I believe we are going to be heading to the national anthem here soon, and we are. Look at that timing. So we will send to the national anthem, and we'll give you conference standings and rundown after the anthem. Very good rendition there of the anthem. A small but mighty band. Mm-hmm. A lot of noise there. So we look at the conference standings, the conference rundown. What do you got? The other games in the Kokia Conference this week?
Central plays Salem. I think that's in Salem. And then I think Freeburg's got Roxana, which would probably be a really interesting game. I would probably take Roxana in that game, but you never know with Freeburg. They're 3-2 right now, and so is Roxana. So I think this game that we are in here tonight, and then that game, probably the 2 biggest games up to this point.
You look at the rest of their standings here. Breeze Central currently leads the conference. I guess we'll call it a tie. Breeze Central 4-1, 2-0 in the conference. We are 4-1, 2-0 in the conference as well. Wood River comes in 4-1. They are 1-1 in conference play. Freeburg 3-2, 0-2 in conference. Roxana 3-2, 1-1 in conference. And Salem in the bottom at 1-4, 0-2 in conference play. And I told you that I didn't have the stat pulled up. If I would have just scrolled over a little bit farther on points for the Eagles this year, 89 points for, 76 points against. So we're winning our game 17-15. So you look at the offensive side of the football, you're going to think that Wood River is going to put up a little bit more points than us, but we'll see what Coach G has planned here for the Eagles tonight.
Well, week 3 they played Nokomis, and they put up 59 points. So, I mean, anytime you see that on your opposing scoreboard, you shouldn't be worried, but, I mean, you got to watch out for it.
So the band is making their way off the field right now. We would like to thank Emos for feeding the boys tonight. I didn't catch what they had. I believe they said they were going to have sandwiches, just something quick and easy they can get on the bus. So thank you to Emos for getting the meal for the boys this evening. We are now 6 minutes and 36 seconds remaining until game time, and I'm going to have to remember that, Jared. I'm used to having that scoreboard up on the clock here for us, so I'll try to remember that, ladies and gentlemen.
A 6-minute early start here?
We're going to start early. All right. Hey, nothing wrong with that. So we are audio only tonight. Once again, we're never really sure what the internet connections are going to be like, and I looked at Jared when we got here. I said, oh, no, I don't have a charger for my phone, and if I got to go hotspot, we're going to be in trouble. But we are on Wi-Fi. We're right next to the school. I finally got my bearings here. The baseball field in front of us, softball field out on the other side of that. School's right behind us. Beautiful natural surface field. They still go out and they paint it the same way with the old spray paint like we used to do back in the day. So Oilers are going to come out gold tops with a maroon and gold helmet and black pants. Eagles, blue pants, white helmet, and white tops. That's going to do it for the Aces Wild pregame show. We've got Eagle football coming up now, and the ball's going to be caught by Wyke at the 25. He's going to run to the left side, try to get behind the wall. He's got a bunch of blockers over there. Runs to our sideline and out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Captains tonight for the Eagles, Dom Vagley, Carter Hicks, Mason Schnabel, and Brennan Wyke. Captains for the Oilers, Miguel Romero, the quarterback, Jacob Gerber, the wide receiver, Seth Sladen, the safety, and Richard Seitzinger, the lineman. Eagles are going to come out.
Eagles have landed.
The Eagles have landed.
Here we go.
Eagles doubles to the left side. Sniffer back is Hicks to the left. Pistol back is Bryant. It's going to be a run this time right up the middle with Bryant. He's got a couple guys missing. He gets knocked from behind, and he gets himself 11, and that's good for Columbia Eagles first down.
Last week, I believe he only had about 9 rushing yards on 8 carries, so a good start for Bryant. Get that first carry out of the way and pick up first down. And Columbia looks like they're going to go quick, get on the ball, and they're going to be in tempo here to start this game off.
Hudson for the year, 49 yards rushing. Quarterback Vagley's going to fake it to Wyke. He's going to keep it, make a couple guys miss. Gain of 5 before getting brought down on the play.
And you
hear Coach Horner yelling.
Yep.
We said earlier, he wants to get the ball and get in the end zone, and he's going to do that, I think, here tonight. 2nd and 6 for the Eagles. Doubles to the right side. Sniffer back right. Pistol back is still Bryant. Showing blitz off the left side. It comes. They're going to run away from it, though. Bryant's going to get tripped up for a loss of 4 on a shoestring tackle there by number 75 for the Oilers, Jamari Nunn.
Looked like it. I don't know if that was an outside zone or not, but it looked like it was almost a simple follow Carter Hicks, and he tried to bust it out and couldn't get any yardage. Guy got his hands on him and brought him down. 3rd down 10.
3rd and 10, trips to the left side for the Eagles. The lone receiver closest to us here is Hayden Habermill. Eagles are going left to right. Ball on the Oilers 48. Going to be a pass. It's going to go to the left side, and it's going to throw in between. Nope, going to be picked off through the hands of Wetzel. Another hard return like we said it would be, and it's going to be Oiler football at their own 48-yard line, 10-17 remaining in the first quarter.
Looked just like a simple snag route. Ball was a little high over Wetzel's head, and Vagley kind of had a lot of heat on it. Wetzel got his hands up there and kind of just tipped off his hands right into the safety that was coming down to make a tackle. I don't know if he was going to have the first down, but he was about 2 yards short right when we caught it. First down, Oilers.
So the Oilers will start at their own 47-yard line. Eagles have 3 down linemen. They're going to send Wyke around the edge. Good job forcing it back in, fighting off a receiver, and it's a hard run. Vaguely had to fight off a receiver, and it's going to be brought down finally after about 6 yards.
Is that Andrews?
By number 13, Peyton Andrews. They're going to give him 8 yards, a hard stiff arm, and they weren't lying when they said physical runners.
We'll see what they do. East Alton does tonight. Last week, I know Freeburg liked running the ball at Carter Hicks, and he actually had a really good game last week, so we'll see if they pick that up and keep one on the run on him.
This time they go up the middle with number 22, and great push by the Oilers there. It's going to be a gain of 9, and the Eagles were on skates on that play. Number 22, Seth Sladen, one of the captains, is a senior this year.
16 seniors, only 3 juniors on this Oiler team, along with 13 sophomores that dress.
So ball in the middle of the field here. Motion man's number 30. They got a bunch of guys moving everywhere. But apparently we jumped first. Offsides on the Eagles. So it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, 1st and 5. I thought it looked like that snifferback was moving.
Yeah, I saw that too. Not the start we really wanted right now. Throwing that pick and a couple first downs for East Alton and now a penalty. You hope we can get out of this hole that we dug ourselves in here and try to get a stop.
1st and 5 now. Doubles. One tight end to the right, sniffer back to the right. It's going to be a handoff up the middle again with number 22. He's got a good juke, and he makes one man miss as Wetzel, and he's going to be brought down by number 54 for the Eagles, Logan Hicks. Good for a 20-yard gain, and it might be 1st and goal, and it is. No, it is not. Just outside of the 10-yard line.
So they can still get a first down and get into the half-yard line.
8:40 remaining on the clock. Doubles to the left side, running back to the right. They're going to run it to the left, and a hard run met there by Hicks.
Hicks again, yeah.
And somebody else stopped him right away for the Eagles. Looked like Cam Janet got off the pile last. That was a pretty big collision at the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 2 on the play.
Looks like on that defensive line we got Carter Hicks. Looks like Koenigstein and Schnabel to start out tonight.
Thank you for joining us here on KCHS. Eagles and Oilers on another Cahokia Conference game, and an important game for the standings in the conference. Doubles to the left side. Motion man going to be a fake to him. It's going to be quarterback keep. Brought down on the play by Hicks, and I think Hicks. It is. Both Hicks boys gets the tackle. Logan was in the backfield and ran him down from behind the line of scrimmage. Forward momentum is going to give them 3. Bring up 3rd and 5.
It's something we didn't even mention tonight. A win can possibly get you in the playoffs, so we didn't even think of that. I just thought of that now, but you can get in at 5 and 4, possibly, but it's a lock at 6 and 3. So
got a lot riding. Good call. I didn't even think about that either. Doubles to the right side, ball in the middle of the field. 10 seconds on the play clock. Motion man is the
false start.
Sniffer. False start on the Oilers.
It was definitely that running back to the right. I saw you had a guy in motion coming from left to right, and that running back was going to be his lead blocker, and I think he was going forward like we saw last week. I forgot who it was. It might have been Bryant that did it a couple times.
Yeah.
Every time he goes in motion, he's trying to get upfield before the ball snapped, and that's just what that running back did there.
Not too many Eagles fans over on that sideline. Got about a bleacher's worth. Oilers, with their home game, have a pretty good setup here. Doubles to the left side, ball still in the middle of the field. Wing back on the right. They're going to follow him with number 22. It's going to be a gain of a few, not many, and not enough to get a first down. But I got a feeling they're going to be going for it when they're down here at the 2-3 yard line.
Yeah, I think I just heard that coach yell heavy. So they're going to bring their heavier guys in and do what we do whenever we're trying to get in the end zone or get a first down, and it's only 4th and 3, 4th and 2. And put their heavy set in there to get some bigger bodies moving and try to get that first down here.
4th down and 3, 6:20 to go in the first quarter. Oilers have the ball at their own 3-yard line.
Looks like a little wildcat.
Wildcat here, number 24 is running straight up the middle.
Again, I think.
There's going to be a flag, and still keeping his feet moving. Another hard run. Still waiting on a signal. They are going to call it a touchdown, but like Jared said, penalty flag on the play, and it was thrown on the offensive side of the ball.
You wonder if they even kick field goals because, off that kickoff, it was only a 20-yard kick, I would say. So I guess we'll see. 'Cause last week they lost 21-6, so that makes you think, do they miss an extra point or do they go for 2? So I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
So with that false start, what would have been a touchdown is now a loss of 5. Takes the ball back to the 8-yard line. They can still get a first down. So the Eagles are going to have to try to make a big stop here. 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers. It's going to be a quarterback keep to the left side. He's rolling. He's going to try to make something happen. There's a hold, and it's not going to matter. The Eagles are going to make the stop on a Carter Hicks tackle at the 5-yard line.
White could have made that play, only gaining about 2 yards instead of the 4 or 5 that he got. But holding call. Columbia Eagles get the ball back. It looks like we're right at about the 10-yard line to start this drive off.
So 5:46 remaining in the first quarter here from East Alton Wood River. Eagles throw the pick that went through the hands of Wetzel and then get a turnover on downs. Ball's going to be at the 5-yard line now. They moved it back. So not too much room here for the Eagles. Hope those snaps stay clean. Tight end, sniffer back to the left, running back to the left. It's going to be Vaguely to the back. It's going to be a great block by Janik. Vaguely lowers his shoulder, gains 8. Good block there by Cameron Janik leading the way.
He is not afraid of contact. He just lowered his shoulder on 2 guys coming in at him and pretty much ran them both over. About 2nd and 2 now. You wonder if you want to take a shot here on 2nd and 2 or you just want to keep going to number 12 and Brian, who have been getting you some positive yardage tonight already.
Same formation for the Eagles. They're going to run it behind Wykes, the lead guy, and it's going to be a fumble, and it's going to be rattling around. It's still going around, and I'm thinking it is going to be the East Alton Wood River football. Fumble there looked like it just got from behind him.
Yeah, that ball went flying up in the air. Must have just punched it out, and there were about 3 or 4 Oilers there, and Habermill was the only Eagle in the space to try to recover, but 2 turnovers early here. You know Coach Horner's not happy. His whole game plan's got to be messed up now, and you're back to the drawing board, basically.
5:05 on the clock. Oilers take over on the Eagles' 30-yard line. They had a very good drive on their first one that stopped at the 5. So this time going to be doubles on the left side, 2 running backs. They're going to hand the ball off with number 24. He's a big running back, and he's going to be tripped up. Vaguely stepped up from his safety position. Gain of 7.
Looks like they've used like 2 or 3 different running backs like we do, and all of them seem to run pretty hard.
They're quick, too. Mm-hmm. They're running hard and they're quick. So if you're a coach and you have a running back that can do both, you're loving it.
Yeah, 24, he is a big guy.
Same formation once again, ball on the left hash. Eagles have 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers. They're going to go up the middle, and that's just a straight ISO. Good for 3, might be enough for a first down.
And when they have that 2 running backs in the backfield, and that was 24 that's coming out now, he's basically acting like Carter Hicks as a lead blocker there, and just trying to get through that hole first before the running back gets it.
So that is enough for a first down. Ball at the just inside the 20-yard line now for the Oilers. Whenever they'd run an ISO and they're just running straight downhill, they get themselves a pretty good hole going. So it's going to be ball shaded towards the left side of the field, doubles to the right, wing back to the left. They're going to keep it with the quarterback to the right side. He's just following his wing back and running back, and he somehow slips through everyone, gains 10, and that's another first down for the Oilers.
Carrying the ball down just inside the 10-yard line.
Let us know where you're listening from. We hope that Mrs. Harris is able to listen. She lives down in Fort Myers, so hopefully she's still able to listen wherever she may be and made it through Hurricane Ian.
Some
First
scary
and
stuff, man.
Yeah, first and goal for the Oilers from the 10. They're going to run to the left side and following their blockers once again. It's number 22, hard run once again, and he gets into the end zone for a touchdown, Oilers. Two turnovers for the Eagles leads to 6 points. East Alton will kick the PAT here. Good snap, good hold. Kick is a line drive right into their
face.
The Eagles made their way through the line, but that thing was smoked. So that takes that Mandy McGuire group scoreboard. East Alton 6, Columbia 0 with 3:31 remaining in the first quarter. We are going to head to a break, and we will be back with the kickoff in the Eagles' offensive position after this. Welcome back to KCHS, where the Eagles and Oilers are still in the first quarter. Oilers just scored after the fumble. 30-yard drive. Didn't take too much off the clock. 3:31 remaining. Columbia's needing to get a little spark.
Oh, look at that, Alex. No way.
Kick's going to go right down the middle of the field. Going to be fumbled by Bryant. He's going to look up and see a ton of Oilers right in front of him, and he's going to get nothing. Did you see which Eagle was blown up on that play?
I did not know.
Somebody, wish I could see whose it was, but they turned around to make a block and
got blown up.
Yeah, they didn't end well. So the Eagles are going to start on their own 17.
I think I'll take last week's first quarter over this week's.
Yeah. Trips to the left. Bryant in the backfield with Vagley. 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers. Just going to be a quick route thrown to Wyke, and luckily falls incomplete. If you looked at their corner, probably a linebacker actually, he read that, and Vagley had to throw that up in the air to get it over. So good read there by the Oiler defensive back.
And they were throwing that to the wide side of the field. Like we said, get your athletes some space to work. But like you said, Oilers were all over that play. It brings up 2nd and 10 for Don Vagley and the Columbia Eagles.
Same formation once again for the Eagles. Going to be a rollout to the left side. Vagley's just going to throw the quick hitch. It's going to be caught by Wetzel. Good for 9. Brings up a 3rd and 1. And right before that play, I looked over at the sideline at the coaches, and Coach Horner's got his hands up. Kendall's got his hands up. Coach Amsden's in the iPad, so not the start the Eagles were wanting. And like you said, they're back to the drawing board right now. But a good 9-yard gain brings up a 3rd and 1.
A lot of room out here on this side. See if Don Vagley can use the wide side of the field.
He's going to hand it off to Janik, who's going to go up the middle, makes a ton of guys miss. And he's going to get 8, and that's a good positive play and a Columbia Eagles first down. He just went right up the middle on a hard run, and I expected Vaguely to keep it there too. So Coach Horner throwing out some tricks there. Janik comes off.
The other Janik comes on.
And the other Janik comes on. Nick Janik. Couldn't think of his first name. So now we have Nick Janik and Wetzel here towards us. Wyke is the motion man. Fake the handoff to him. Vaguely's going to keep it. He's following Hicks and gets tripped up by the shoelaces. Brought down by number 20 on the play for East Alton. Tyler Robinson with the tackle. Gain of 7. Ball now at the 42-yard line. 2:20 remaining in the first quarter. Doubles to the right side, running back right. Ball in the middle of the field. Hicks is to the right side as a sniffer back. They send the motion man in Bryant. Vaguely's going to keep it himself. He's going to gain 4 in a first down and a big collision as Vaguely gets enough for Columbia Eagles first down.
On that first down play, I feel like every time Dom Vaguely's running behind Carter Hicks, he puts his hand on his back just to tell him, lead the way, buddy.
Carter last week I saw was visiting Memphis. He's going to be a tight end. The sniffer back is going to be Wyke right behind Hicks on the right side. It's going to be a fake handoff bootleg. He's got Wyke right here. Wyke makes the catch.
Come on, Carter.
Hicks is supposed to be a blocker. And
they're just trying to strip that ball too, aren't they?
Hicks turned around to be a blocker, and the guy was just right on top of him. He made a good move by not blocking because it would have been in the back. So that's good for 10 yards and a Columbia Eagles first down. Good play there by Vaguely, snapping his head around and getting Wyke the ball right away.
Yeah, and you already got 2 guys in your face. You got to get that ball out pretty quick. So great job by Vaguely to get that ball to Wyke in the open field and get another first down.
5 down linemen this time. We're going to hand the ball off. We're going to run to the stretch side of the field with Wyke. He's going to keep his feet moving. A great run for 2 yards, but he could have been a loss of 2. So it was a good job on his part running strong. 1:10 now in the first quarter. Gain of 2, second and 8.
You can see Dom does such a good job of carrying out that fake after he hands it off. He had a lineman come and light him up pretty good after that handoff there.
Cameron Janik off, Nick Janik on, Hicks off. Wide receiver stayed to the wide side of the field, I would imagine.
Looks like Wyke over there.
Wyke?
Yep. You got Bryant in the backfield.
Going to be a pass. Vaguely looking towards us for the arrow. He has Janik.
Good job,
Wetzel's doing a great job blocking. He gets enough for a first down. And another 10 yards on top of it. Good for about 20, let's call it.
Janik just ran a simple arrow route, and he was open for a good 2-3 seconds right off the snap. And he kind of stopped his route because he was going to end up running out of bounds. He had to slow down a little bit. So great job by Janik just to know where he's at on the field and vaguely slung that ball out there. And it's looking like a good drive right now for the Eagles. We should cap it off with a touchdown.
Coach Horner's wanting this play called. It's 20 seconds. They're going to go to the end zone. Fake it to the left side, throw the corner, and it goes incomplete. It was there. Nick Janik just didn't run underneath of it. Would have been an over-the-shoulder catch for a touchdown, but goes incomplete, stops the clock at 14 seconds.
I think Dom was throwing to that pylon no matter what.
Yeah. Nick just he was trying to fade with it. Sorry to cut you off there, but
no, you're good. Yeah, he was running up the numbers almost and vaguely threw the ball dead on the pylon.
Ball on the right hash, tight end right, sniffer back right is Wyke. They're going to follow Wyke with Cameron Janik. Good for 2, and it's going to be a 3rd down and 8 when we come back with the second quarter from East Alton. East Alton leads that Mandy McGuire Group scoreboard 6-0 after a quarter here in a Cahokia Conference matchup. Welcome back for the 3rd and 8 here in East Alton. Cahokia Conference matchup. Columbia comes in 2-0. East Alton 1-1. Doubles this time. Running back is Bryant to the right side. They're going to fake to him. Now they're going to come back across the field. It's going to be caught. He's going to have to make a man miss, and he's unable to, and it's going to be a loss of 3.
That was Antonis right there that got completely blown up. I don't even think he saw him coming.
So now you got the ball at the 25-yard line. 26-yard line, so that's going to be a 43-yard field goal, and it looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field. 4th and 11 for the Eagles. Not what you want here. I'm going to assume some pressure out of East Alton. Empty backfield. 4 down linemen. 5 defensive backs for 5 receivers. Vaguely steps up in the pocket, throws it to the end zone. He's got a man who's going to have to jump ball, and it's going to go off the hands of Janik and fall incomplete, and I think that's another drop there on Janik.
Yeah, I think he could have had that ball. I don't even think that safety knew the ball was coming yet until Janik jumped up for it and got his hands on it. That safety might have got one hand in there and break it up a little bit. A little bit underthrown ball by Vaguely, but still should have been caught. But now we're back on defense. 1st and 10 for the Oilers.
So the way this Oiler offense hangs onto the football, you don't want to go down 2 scores. I mean,
Yeah.
They've shown that they're not going to throw it too much. They're going to run ground and pound, so you don't want to go down 2 scores. That's going to make your life a little bit tougher.
Looks like Fox 2 might be hovering over us right now.
I can hear him, can't see him. The Eagles have everybody up in the box other than man-to-man to the wide side of the field. They're going to run up the middle and nothing going. Hicks, both Hicks boys, and Kenningstein in on that tackle. It looks like they just got man-to-man on the wide receivers who are split out wide, and other than that, everybody is in the box. And you can already see right now Wood River's taking their time getting the claw in. There's under 20 seconds, so kind of what we expected.
Yeah, and they know once they get a lead, they can, off that first quarter, they're a run-heavy team. So if they get a 2-score lead, we're going to have to be throwing the ball a lot more.
Going to be a pass this time on a counter. Quarterback's going to keep it. He cuts up, and there's going to be about 4 Eagles. Cameron Janik, Schnabel, Hicks, and Mason Vaguely, all there to help make the tackle for a gain of 3, brings up a 3rd down and 3.
This can be a big play here. Because if you get a stop here on 3rd down, I don't think you'd go for it. Your run-heavy offense, I don't think you can.
See what Coach G has here. It looks like Wyke's going to be blitzing, as well as all 3 linebackers, and there gets picked up. And a 1st down's going to be picked up, about an 8-yard gain.
I think that was Janik that got back there right whenever the running back got the ball. And went right for his ankles, but the running back was able to get away from him and break 2 or 3 more tackles and pick up the 1st down. Keep the drive alive.
So another slow time getting the call in there, and kind of figured he was going to bring pressure. He brought it from the inside and the outside. He had everything covered. That was an all-out Geronimo blitz.
And now if you're East Alton, you're in the same spot that we were in last week. You're already up a score trying to put 1 more in the end zone because you get ball at half.
Going to be kept. It's going to be a stretch. Great job there by White getting off the block. Unfortunately, they go underneath of him. Number 22's got a good 10, 20, 30-yard gain. And they get down to the Eagles' 31-yard line now.
Looked like Dom and Mason came up and almost made a tackle there, right? Probably only a gain of 1 or 2 if they make that tackle. Gets out of that, hits the sideline, and Logan Hicks was the only guy that could catch up to him. Another 1st down here for the Oilers.
Logan Hicks gets the tackle. 9:04 remaining in the first half. Columbia trails that Mandy McGuire Group scoreboard 6-0. Doubles to the left side, wing back to the right. They're going to do a counter underneath with them.
You can
reverse, and it's going to be probably a touchdown. Mason Vaguely fails to trip them up, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Oilers.
You could hear Coach Germain right when the ball was snapped. He yelled counter.
Did he?
And, yep, and they ran the counter.
It's a reverse counter almost, too.
Yeah.
They hand it to one running back, and then he hands it off again.
Almost like a crossbuck. That's what we used to call it back in the day in the Blue Jay days.
So we'll see.
And there was no one on that wide side of the field either. Maybe one guy, and I think it was Mason Bagley, that tried catching him, but
East Alton comes out in this Wildcat formation once again. They're going to be going for 2. They're going to go right up the middle with ISO. And number 24 is running hard, and he's running hard all night. And that'll be good for 2 points. And that takes the score on the Mandy McGuire Group scoreboard with 8:54 remaining in the first half. Oilers lead this one 14-0 on this Week 6 matchup with the Eagles and the Oilers. Not sure if anyone was aware of this, but 50 years of Eagles football is coming next week on homecoming. The parade will be Wednesday night. I believe it's a 4 o'clock parade. Look on the Facebook pages of the high school and the quarterback club to confirm that time. But parade on Wednesday goes down Main Street, and then Friday night, the 7th, at 5:30 at the Perch, the Columbia Quarterback Club will be sponsoring a tailgate with the current parents and all of the alumni. So if you're listening and you're alumni, get the word out to everyone else. We're trying to get the word out as much as we can. We'll have appetizer and hors d'oeuvres and some soft drinks available for everyone. There's going to be some commemorative T-shirts, and we will honor the 1972 team, the first team to play football for Columbia in between the third and fourth quarter. So, again, look for the Quarterback Club tent in the Perch. It's another low kick, more or less a squib kick, going to be picked up by Brian at the 20. He's going to try to reverse sides of the field. He's going to stick with where he was going. He's got the right sideline. He's got himself to the 45-yard line.
almost.
And that's
Late
where
hit.
the Eagles are going to be starting over. Number
Something.
24 with a little late push,
A lot
but
going on right there.
nothing happening there. So, again, 50 years of football at homecoming next week against the Wildcats of Salem. So make sure you're there at 5:30 for that 7 o'clock start for Week 7. Both these teams here in this Week 6 matchup, 4-1 on the year. Eagles 2-0 in the conference. East Alton 1-1 in conference play. Their loss come to the Cougars from Central. Doubles to the left side. Sniffer back left is Hicks. Going to be a run to the left side behind Hicks. It's going to be good for 6, maybe 5. And just straight downhill football there.
And that's all you ask for. You're down 14 now, 2 scores. So this is almost a very, very crucial drive here for Columbia, who hasn't played really well in this first half. You hope Don Bailey can get something going with his feet and try to get one in the end zone here.
Going to be the same play? No, they're going to fake it, and it's going to fall incomplete, hopefully, and so it's not a loss. Just a bad throw there by Dom. Intended on hitting Wyke on an now route.
And he still tried catching it, which I don't understand, because if you fall to your knees, I mean, you're going to be down right there, and you're losing 3-4 yards right there. So,
good thing it fell incomplete.
yeah.
So it's still 3rd and 5 now. 8:15 remaining in the first half. Same formation, Wyke and Wetzel closest to us here. Eagles moving from right to left. East Alton brings the blitz, and it's going to be a snap that was fumbled by Vagley. A loss of 5, and you got to punt now if you're the Eagles. That was just a snap that Vagley didn't catch there.
That was a loss of about 2 yards, 4th and 10.
4th and 10 now for the Eagles on a drive that took all of 40 seconds, I believe.
Come on, Dom.
Need to have a good punt here. Crazy snap, good punt, gets off. It's going to bounce at the 25, at the 20, and it's going to have a great bounce for the Eagles.
Inside the 10, looks like.
To the 8-yard line. So this Wood River offense, who's scored twice on very tough physical runs, haven't had much of an issue moving the football here tonight.
And we're just kind of beating ourselves. We got 2 turnovers and a couple penalties on that first drive that we had, and then
fumbles, bad balls.
Yeah, fumble there, and guys dropping passes, and so hopefully, like last week, which I mean, I know it wasn't a pretty first quarter. Second quarter was much better, but, I mean, you hope at halftime those coaches can get these kids going a little bit.
Coach Horner said they had to make some adjustments last week at half, and I think tonight going to be more of the same. Kish is your nose guard. Schnabel and Hicks are your DNs. They're going to run it to the outside, play that they just scored a touchdown on. Wyke misses a tackle, a second missed tackle, a third missed tackle. Finally brought down from behind by Mason Schnabel and Dom Vagley.
And that's been happening all night. We've been there to make plays. We just can't wrap up and tackle.
Gain of 7. Second and 3 from the 16, 7:10 remaining in the first half. Make sure you stick around for that Century 21 halftime show where we will talk our first thoughts and take a little bit of a break. Same formation. They're going up the middle this time, and a great job there by, I believe it was Janik. He was getting blocked, got off of his blocker. Nope.
A little short.
Hicks. It was Logan Hicks, rather. Going to be a gain of 2, but it was a good job by him getting blocked and getting off of it.
We got 3rd and inches here. 6:35 left in this first half. And you really need to stop here in the next 2-3 minutes and try to punch one in before halftime.
You can hear Coach Germain yelling out all sorts of signals here. He's still yelling out there. 3rd down and 1, 6 seconds on the play clock. Same formation, doubles to the left side, ball in the right hash. They're going to run it with the quarterback. It's going to be good for 2 and a first down. Student section's over here to the left. They got a sledgehammer that's yellow. And he just threw it up in the air. I thought it was a penalty flag, but got me. So it's a first down for the Oilers. Ball at their 20-yard line now, 6:04 in the first half.
First and 10 from the 20.
Eagles keep Schnabel, Kish, and Hicks down. Maddox Steffen as your outside linebacker closest to us. He's going to switch spots now with Vagley. He comes up, and Vagley's going to be in the backfield and makes the tackle. Those two guys switched at the last second, and Dom just was an athlete.
Yeah, he hit that hole pretty hard. He kind of slipped a little bit, but still able to get a hold of his ankles and bring him down for a loss of 1. And this is what you want to be in. In a run-first offense, you want to get them in those 2nd and longs, 3rd and longs, force them to throw the ball downfield so our athletes can go up and try to make a play and get that ball back.
Tight end to the right side, wing back to the right side. They're going to go up the middle with that counter again, going to the wide side of the field. Running back steps up now, still running the football hard, a gain of 8. Gain of 8 is going to bring up a 3rd down. The puller on that play is actually number 30, the wing, or the
kind of like the wing back on the right. What'd they just call?
A personal foul on the play. I didn't even see the penalty.
Well, I heard the fans get mad at the end of the play because the guy was still kind of on somebody, so he wasn't really down yet, and Dom was driving him backwards. And I guess they threw a flag on that.
So instead of 3rd and 3, it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line now.
And you can see Dom talking to the ref. He's got his hands up, asking, I was just trying to tackle the dude. He wasn't down yet because that guy was still fighting for extra yards. And he was laying on top of somebody, so he wasn't actually down yet or ruled down. I didn't even hear whistles yet. So not a very good call there, but first down and 10. 4:52 left now. And Oilers are still driving, as they seem like they've been doing all night.
Eagles have everyone to the wide side of the field, and that's where they run it. And good job there by Coach G calling it. This time the officials blow it dead pretty quick. Gain of 2, and like I said, wide side of the field, Coach G had about 6 guys, 7 guys over there. Gain of 3 officially. I don't know who made that tackle. There's everyone over there.
I couldn't see.
Kind of an odd height that we're at right now. We can see everything, but we can't.
We're not like up high enough to where you can see the numbers and see the other side of the field very well.
So 2nd and 7. Just under 4 minutes now in this first half. Doubles to the left side. 2 running backs. They're going to hand the ball off. He's just following his lead running back. Again, a hard run. Still trying to get him down are the Eagles. And now you look at Mason Vagley. He just throws his hands up as the ball is blown dead.
And that 24 runs hard, man. Every time he gets the ball, he puts his head down and hits that hole pretty quick.
Gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 2. Cameron Janik is going to go off, and it looks like I'm not sure who came on. Might be number 33, Landon Brucker, comes on. So 3rd and 2, ball at the 49-yard line. Same play once again. This time they're going to run it to the right side. They got themselves a first down by about a yard, and that was just done by hard running and forward momentum right there. 3 minutes and 10 seconds now. I think the clock should be moving. Should still be moving. Still not moving. Should still be going. Now we got it. So 15 seconds goes off the play clock before the game clock starts. Oilers are now in Eagles territory at the Eagles 47. Same formation, ball's about the middle of the field. They're going to run to the right side with number 24. And it's going to be good for 7 and get to the 40-yard line now. I'm sorry, that was number 22. Number 24 was the lead back.
And East Alton's loving this right now. Up 2 scores now with the ball again. Almost 2 minutes left in this first half. I mean, if they can get one more in the end zone here, we're in for a long second half, I would think.
I would call the same play here again if I'm East Alton. Eagles blow it up at the line of scrimmage. They all go cutting. Running back gets to the second level, though, and it's going to be brought down by Mason Vagley, Dom Vagley, Brucker, Logan Hitz, and Wetzel. That just shows you how hard these running backs are running when we got 4 guys making the tackles.
And you see, I saw Maddox Steffen out here. He kind of forced it back inside, but a lineman put him on the ground, and he was trying to get back up, and the lineman just laid right on top of him.
The defensive lineman, they just tried chopping right there and blew it up at the line of scrimmage, but running back was an athlete. Here comes that counter. It's a fumble on the play, and it's going to fall. I believe it's going to be recovered by the quarterback.
You could hear Coach G say, ball.
Timeout, East Alton. 1:50 remaining before that Century 21 halftime show.
Looked like Joe Kish was the one close recovering that ball, but the quarterback kind of knew where it was right whenever it hit the floor.
That could have been the play that might stop this drive.
Yep. Get a quick score.
Yeah. So the Eagles currently down 14-0. East Alton will receive the second half kick.
Yeah, not a pretty start yet for the Eagles so far. Might be one of the roughest starts I think we've had all year. I'll take the Mascoutah game the first half over this one. This has been...
I'll take the Roxana. I don't know. Roxana was a pretty tough start, too.
Yeah, that was, too.
So
is that when I was yelling at the refs the whole time?
Columbia got out of school early. I don't know, maybe if that throws.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get your routine off. I think somebody said that every last Friday of the month, Eagles will get off at noon, or Columbia gets out at noon. This coach over here was just trying to sprint down to the end of the field and took a spill. Somebody hit that sprinkler button from Buffalo Wild Wings.
Gonna have to talk to the trainer.
Doubles this time.
Whoa.
How's this not a penalty? I guess it's
What?
not. It's a blown-up play. Nobody's moving other than the ball gets snapped. Usually those kind of plays get blown dead. But
Yeah, that was
I'd say about 6 people moved, 5 people didn't.
on each team.
So Vagley gets a tackle, 3rd and 11.
Some guys just wanted to play off, Alex. They just wanted a little
Yeah.
breather out there.
If
Yeah,
you're
that
Coach Horner here, do you go into halftime? If you get a stop here, it's 3rd and 11, ball at the 33-yard line, 1:15 remaining. You got a quarterback that's got an arm that can throw it downfield. You haven't called the timeout. You have all three of them.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking they're going to go. I think East Alton River would go for it here. If they can't pick up a first down, I think they'll still go for it on a good 4th and 7, 4th and 8.
Heck, they've been gaining 6-7 yards on the run, so you might as well.
And you waste more time in case Columbia gets the ball back.
So 1:02 now. Timeout was called by East Alton. The play clock was down to 0. So they call a timeout. 3rd down and 11 from the Eagles' 33. East Alton's dominated this first half.
Man, that fumble would have been nice if we could have got on top of that. And this is a real crucial minute here for the Eagles. You don't want to go down 3 scores going into halftime knowing they get the ball at half. So, I mean, this play right here is actually the biggest play of the game, I think, so far.
Thank you to all of our sponsors for sponsoring us and letting us be able to do this. We're going to bring you a 3rd down and 11, ball on the Eagles, 33, 1:02 on the game clock. Sending a motion man is one of their wide receivers. They fake to him. They're going to try running underneath. And it's going to be sniffed out, and it's going to be stopped by Vaguely. And Coach Horner is going to not call a timeout. So it's going to be a loss of 3. Bring up a 4th and 13.
And
there's going to be 10 seconds on the game clock at the end of this play. I would imagine just a Hail Mary right now.
I'd even call another timeout if I'm East Alton River, and then I'd just punt it. I'd pin them deep.
Yeah, you look at all the coaches are standing here at the official, so I imagine they let this one run down. Nobody's even acting like they're going to put a play in.
You got 10 seconds on the play clock and 18 seconds, so 8 seconds separating. I was going to say shot clock because that's what they usually say in basketball, but the game clock and the play clock. And they're going to burn a timeout with 10 seconds on the clock.
I would have liked to seen Coach Horner call a timeout there, I think, and try to make something happen.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to hurt unless you throw a pick and something crazy happens, but try to get something going. Heck, you never know. You might get a blocked punt or something like that right now, too.
Or pass interference downfield, or, I mean, I know it's only 15 yards, but you can't end the half on a But if I'm East Alton River, I mean, you said Hail Mary, but I think I'd punt it inside the 10-yard line and just give them the ball back, make them go 90 yards. Because then if you do throw a pick, you have a bunch of those 5 linemen out there, and you got you got the defensive side with a bunch of speedy guys in the secondary. So, yeah, if I'm East Alton River, I'm punting it, but we'll see what they do here fresh out of the timeout.
So East Alton breaks the huddle. Ball on the right hash on the Eagles' 35-yard line after a loss of 2 on that 3rd down.
They're just going to run the ball probably.
And they are. They're going to run it to the right side. It's going to be a pass. They got guys behind our defensive backs, and it's going to fall incomplete. Mason Vaguely, Dom Vaguely both bit hard on that
toss,
on that run,
yeah,
and got lucky there. So that takes up 7 seconds.
And I would think you just take a knee here now. You don't want to force any injuries, any freak play happening. And go in with a 14-0 deficit, which, watching this first half, I mean, you could say that they're up 28-0 the way we look right now. They could have put the ball in the end zone a couple times. But great job by the defense there to get offense back on the field and not let any points up.
So all the Eagles are going to do is take a knee, and that will send us into the Century 21 halftime show with that Mandy McGuire Group scoreboard reading. Oilers 14 after a dominant first half there. Moved the ball the way they needed to, and the Eagles kind of shot themselves in the foot. Didn't have a very good first half, and they have 0. So we are going to head into the Century 21 halftime show, and we will be back with that show right after this. Welcome into that Century 21 halftime show where the Eagles trail this one 14-0. Jared, not a very good half by the Eagles and a great half if you're the Oilers.
Yeah, that was not pretty. That was probably one of the worst halves we've played all year. Probably is the worst half we've played all year. Couldn't really get anything going on the offensive side of the ball. And you saw when River was running all over the field on us, so definitely going to have to make some adjustments down there.
And that's something, like I said, they get out of school early today. Does that throw your routine off? Not sure. And then we said, we don't want to have a letdown game either. A big, throw a shutout up against Freeburg. That's a huge game, obviously. And, maybe do you look over this one, start looking to homecoming next week? But regardless, like you said, you're going to have to make an adjustment if you're Coach Horner and Coach Jermaine. And if you're Coach Horner, what is your adjustment going to be? You haven't really got anything going, so where do you start?
You got to clean up everything. We've had that pick, which was kind of not unlucky. It went through Wetzel's hands, but that fumble by Bryant, and then a couple of the snaps have been bad whenever Vaguely dropped the ball on third down, and that forced the fourth down and us to punt. I'd say all the little things we just need to clean up on. Add a couple penalties on the defensive side of the ball, I think, is where we really need to focus. And focus how to stop that run. They had 2 of those counters that they scored on, and then they picked up on it was 2nd and 11, I think, and they got all the way down to 3rd and 3, which is what you don't want when you're playing a team like this.
And you look at Coach G, he's brought a couple times pressure from the inside and the outside, so he's kind of throwing it all out there. If you're coming underneath, he's called out a couple plays. Like I said, there was the one play. We had 6 guys on the left side of the football, right side of the football for the defense, I guess.
And then on the counter, we had 1 guy on the other side of the field. So
a little bit of everything going wrong for the Eagles here as well. We did just get an updated score. The
Roxana Freeburg?
Yeah, Roxana is leading 7-6 on that one. So if you have any scores, go ahead and text them to us, send them to us, and we'll talk about those. So, again, that's another big one. Roxana's trying to stay in the hunt for conference. Freeburg's trying to get that first win in conference play. Roxana, they're sitting at 1-1, so right now conference is totally up for grabs.
Kind
really
of up in the air. I know we got Salem next week, and then I believe we have Bree Central. So these next 2 weeks are really going to be the biggest part of the season. But I think coming out second half, you really gotta fix everything, but mostly on the defensive side of the ball. I would think.
Well, we still have 12 and a half minutes to go. I think this is an extended halftime show here. They have the high school and what looks to be the middle school band out performing right now. They have an army of kids out here from the 35 to the 35. So kind of neat. This would be something cool I'd like to see Columbia do. I mean, when we throw our if we throw our high school band out there, we got a lot. It'd be kind of neat to get the middle school band in there as well. So like I said, we have 12 minutes remaining in that Century 21 halftime show. Send us anything you want us to talk about. And
there was not much to talk about in that first half.
It was just a bad half.
Yeah, it was ugly.
So we're going to head to another break, let the band keep playing, doing their thing, and we will be back with the Century 21 halftime show after this. Welcome back into the Century 21 halftime show as the Oiler bands from the high school and middle school make their way off the field. East Alton is on the field now doing their stretches off here to our right. And no sights of the Eagles. So did you ever go into a halftime talk and you knew this isn't going to end well?
Oh, yeah. A couple times. I'm trying to think of one that really comes to mind because now they have the concession stand where they go in the locker room. We didn't have that, so we would just go all the way by the wilderness for home games, and Coach Horner would let us hear it sometimes. I know, but I guarantee this team right now, I bet they're getting yelled at a little bit, but I mean, there's not much to say about that first half. It was kind of hard to watch, not much to talk about. As here comes Columbia now onto the field, but 4 minutes left now of halftime, and I mean, you need a little spark. We said it earlier at the same time, but you just need a big play. You need a big catch, a big hit, something to get everybody going, because it seems like nobody's really been enthusiastic about the game tonight.
I only had one time with a Coach Horner meltdown moment. He told me to play better or something. I don't remember what that part of the whole story was. I just remember saying, I'm trying, and he said, hey, and by the time that I turned to look back at him, he had my face mask down over my eyes. I couldn't see a thing, and he let me have it on that. And that was my Coach Horner freak out during a game moment. And like you said, there's nothing you can talk about. Good thing is you got another 24 minutes of football to come back out.
Yeah, and it's only a 2-score game. If they would have scored there, 3-score game, that's a little different story. Plus they get the ball coming out at half. So, I mean, only being down 2 scores, all you need is a stop or a big turnover here on this first drive, and you're right back in the game.
And we moved the ball a couple times that we did have it. So, like you said, it's the pick that goes off our hands, or through our hands, rather. That's the start of it. Goes through your hands, and then you got a good run going, and it's a fumble from behind. So you have some positives that you can go off of, so we'll see what happens. And as we were talking earlier, too, by the way, we said aren't halftimes usually 15 minutes. I bet you they put that 3 minutes on right away. When we're in Columbia, we put 15 and then 3.
Yeah.
And right now there's 3 minutes to go, so I bet you they probably just put 18. It's all making sense to me now. So once again, thank you to all of our sponsors. Couldn't be here without you. If you would like to join the sponsorship, get a hold of somebody at the Columbia High School. And whether that be for football games, basketball games, a couple plays I know they do, concerts, everything. So anytime you'd like to get involved, just get a hold of the high school, and they can give you the information that you need. Thank you for all the listeners coming out. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on KCHS on the YouTube page. Get notifications. Go to the Facebook, same way. Columbia Quarterback Club shares everything. Columbia High School has it all. So make sure you go like all those pages and get informed that way. The Eagles now starting their stretches. Vaguely's kicking field goals right now as we are under 2 minutes to go in the halftime show here, presented by Century 21. Our pregame sponsor, Aces Wild, get in to visit them for their Queen of Hearts every Thursday night at 7:30. This is currently the second week it's been going on after the board went out. $1,973 on the board right now with 52 numbers remaining. And they have their Rib War on October 8th. Cook time 11 to 4. Music from 3 to 6 and 6 to 10. So if you're not doing anything, I think the high is supposed to be 70, low 70s, upper 60s next week on Saturday. So come out, support our sponsors. They support us, so we need to get out and support them. And Jared, you just wrote something down, another score in the conference. What do you got?
Central's up 22-0 against Salem, I think, right before halftime, which we probably would expect. But you never know this year in Coke Conference play.
So if the Eagles want to have a shot at conference, they are going to have to come back, win this game, and then that would set up a conference championship at Central next week. So if the Eagles want to have a share at that conference title, they're going to have to go get it done here tonight in the next 24 minutes and then get business taken care of next week.
We have Salem next week? and then Greece Central following week.
I'm a week ahead. I'm sorry. We will be hosting Salem once again. That's the 50th homecoming.
Thank the Lord.
Next weekend.
I hate driving to Salem.
It is a long drive. Last year, I think we did the broadcast from outside the booth. The one year
we had to go because we had that spring season. We had to go in the spring, and then we had to go like 4 months later in the fall.
Remember the one time we had everything set up? They told us, go up top. You guys are up top. Yep. Mr. Nickerson went up, got everything set up, and they said, hey, by the way, you guys are down below. And we said, no. We got everything set up. So that'll do it. Well, they just put another 3 minutes on.
And it was 20, halftime. Alex.
Damn.
When they started the band, it was 20, and now it's going to turn into 23 minutes. So
that homecoming game next week against Salem. Once again, if you are an alumni, you know an alumni, get the word out if you could, please. We want to have as many people there as we can. Food will be provided. Soft drinks will be provided, all while supplies last. And T-shirts commemorating the 50 years will be there while supplies last as well. It's looking like these officials are going to
let the
whole 3 minutes go. If you would like to watch the back judge on this half, he is very animated and he is into it. He's stretching right now. He takes it serious. I guess I'd rather him do that than be sloppy out there. But Wood River, they're coming out. They're going to say that's enough halftime. We're done with this. We want to get back into playing. Very thankful, like we said, we're outside tonight. There's no wind. It is a very warm evening, if you will, compared to some nights that we've been outside.
Yeah, Fairbury, when it was windy.
There was nothing out there to stop the wind. That was another game that you went down. You had a chance at scoring right away. You got the ball at the 1. That was that second round of the 2019 season. Had a chance to get up early. That was a run-heavy team. We fumbled at the 1. They went up 1 score. They went up 2 scores, and they just ran the ball. And we had a shot at the end of the game, but they controlled it real quick.
There's the 2 other refs. I was wondering where the white hats at. Taking their time.
They were on the wrong side of the field. So the Eagles will be kicking left to right. Big thing about that, whenever they are having the ball in the fourth quarter, they'll be going right to left, and the scoreboard will be at their back. So you definitely want to get something going because when you're a quarterback, knowing how much is on that game clock is a huge advantage, and you're looking at the clock and everyone on the team as that goes. So thank you for listening to that Century 21 halftime show. We got second half of Cahokia Conference action ready to be kicked off by Dom Vagley. Booming kick that's going to go into the end zone. It looked like it was going to be caught, but instead it drops at the 5 and rolls into the end zone. So let's see what kind of adjustments Coach G, Coach Baker, and Coach Stump made. Coach Amsden, he gets in on that front 7 look as well. So we'll see what they all got changed up. I didn't know that you got to pick if you wanted the ball in the left or right hash or middle in high school. I thought it was just automatically in the middle. As the official just asked, where do you guys want it?
I'd like to see Dom Vagley come out and blitz a couple times to start off this second half.
Going to be 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers for the Eagles. It's going to go right up the middle. Just a quick chop by all the defensive linemen. Nothing going. Maddox Steffen makes a tackle. Gain of 1. Good positive play if you're the defense there. All 3 of your defensive linemen there, Schnabel, Kish, and Carter Hicks. Like I said, they just chopped. They took all the linemen out right away.
And it looks like Mason, on that last play, Mason was kind of playing free safety by himself, and Dom was playing outside linebacker. It looks like that's going to be our set here now for this second half.
Motion man. Motion man was going to be the wingback, but it's going to be a false start for the Oilers. Loss of 5, 2nd and 14 now. Jared, I moved this table. We're at an awkward spot here. I moved the table.
You want to move it back a little bit?
I'm about stuck up here right now. Can't get my legs to move.
That's why I'm glad I'm short. I got to put them underneath.
Underneath, yeah. I'm hitting my shins. So 2nd and 13 officially. Big thing is that clock's going to be rolling, and that's not the friend of the Eagles. And go tight end and wing back to the right side. They're going to run it to the right side. Going to be number 22 with the ball, I believe. Gain of 4, and it's going to be the original line of scrimmage for 3rd and 10.
And that's what you want. On that last time when they had a 2nd and long, they ran that little counter, reverse, whatever you want to call it, and picked up about 7 or 8 to get to about 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. And now you're at a 3rd and 9, forcing them to make a different play call, hopefully, that we haven't seen all night. And that hopefully they're passing here, which I would like to see. But, I mean, if you're a run-heavy offense, you never know.
Doubles to the – nope, it's going to be a single receivers on each side, 2 tight ends, sniffer back to the right side. Running back to the right. He's going to keep it number 22. He's not going to get anything, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. And a great drive there by the Eagles defense on this first drive. You have to punt, right?
I would think so.
The ball is at the Oilers' 24. Now they're bringing the punter out. The quarterback ran over. I thought he was wanting to get another play call.
Well, they still have – we're not really putting Dom back at punt returner because – I mean, they've been picking up 6-7 yards on runs all night. It looks like they are going to punt, and Dom is going to drop back to receive the punt.
Comes back pretty far. Ball at the 24. They send a motion man to the right side. Punt gets off. Spiral punt to the right side. And
Great
it's going
catch.
to be
Who was
caught
that? Coach Horner?
by Coach Horner. He catches it at the 47.
Oh, and that ref's still going up.
Ref is
There we
going up.
go.
And it's going to
45.
be Eagles football at the Oiler 45-yard line, 9:33 to go in this third quarter. So a good job there by the Eagles. A 2-minute, 27-second
And what an
drive.
acrobatic catch over there by Coach Horner. Only one arm.
Kendall wanted it.
Oh, yeah, he did. Anytime he could touch that ball, you know he's going to throw it or get it to the ref.
So we'll see what the Eagles offense changed at the halftime. They need to get in the end zone, need to do it in a hurry. Trips to the right side, pistol back for the Eagles. Vagley's behind. Hands the ball off to Bryant, fakes the pass. It's going to be Bryant 4-yard gain. Give him 5, 2nd and 5. Looked like Wyke there was still doing that bubble, and they were biting on that. So good job there faking out or carrying out the fake, keeping everyone honest.
And Dom does
same
that
formation here again.
Dom does that almost every play, which is pretty tough as a defense.
This time the running back's going to be next to Vagley. They're going to fake it to him. Vagley's going to keep it to the left
Kish with
side.
a good block.
He's got a good block there by a stalker on the outside. He's going to get into the red zone. And a solid start there for the Eagles on those first 2 plays. Good job blocking downfield there by Hayden Habermill, the lone receiver to the left side.
And the biggest block there was Joe Kish on the pull, our right guard, giving Dom that kind of lead blocker through that first line of defenders. And Joe Kish a little hurt, grabbing his elbow a little bit, but he kind of forced that linebacker to come right at him and made a great block, and Dom followed that block, went right behind him. Big game for the Eagles, and finally we got something going.
Doubles here for the Eagles. Coach Horner just checked out of it. We're going to go to Cameron Janik right up the middle. He's going to be met in the backfield. Might have got a yard, and Coach Horner throws his hands up in the air afterwards. Maybe the line of scrimmage is what they're going to give him. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 9. They did give him a yard.
And after that big run by Dom, guys on the sideline got a little bit more excited. So
We haven't called Dom's number too much tonight, I feel like.
Yeah, not really.
If we have, it hasn't been for many plays or any big plays, really. Trips to the right side. Looks like it's going to be man out here to the right side. They're going to look to the right side. Vagley's got the snag route in Wetzel. He's got a first down. He's got the 10-yard line.
Baby.
Big contact, but that's all right. He's down to the 8. No, I'm sorry. That's the 4. Get in the end zone in a hurry, Coach Horner. I like it. He's got his play call in already. Eagles are running around left and right. Janik goes off. Janik comes on. Cameron's going to be your running back this time. Tight end left, sniffer back left.
Yes, sir.
Hard count.
Yes, sir.
I'm surprised we have not run that more tonight.
We haven't really had a chance to because we've been at 2nd and long, 3rd and long, and, I mean, you're just trying to – I know you're trying to get to a 3rd and 5 or 2nd and 5 there, but we've kind of just been out of sync. We haven't really got to be able to get anything going. So, I mean, on this drive, you got everything going now, and now you're at the 3-yard line.
This time going to be with Cameron Janik up the middle. He's going to fumble it into the end zone, and it is recovered for a touchback.
Wow.
Everything we needed right there was going the Eagles' way and deflating as we fumble into the end zone. Looked like it would have been a touchdown.
So that's Bryant with a fumble tonight and Janik with a fumble. 2 running backs that we've kind of relied on all year.
I think Vaguely had the fumbled snap.
And then threw that interception.
Yep. So let's see if that Eagles defense can do it again. They had a good stop. They had a good stop on that first drive coming out of the second half. Going to need it again. Doubles to the left side. Tight end right. 2 running backs in the backfield with the quarterback. 4 down linemen, 4 linebackers are going up the middle. Try to bust it to the outside. Good job by Wyke. Staying home and brought down by Wyke, Mason Vaguely, Peyton Andrews, Maddox Steffen, and I think that's it. Looked like Brucker might have been the last one up. Good for 2, 2nd and 8, 7:20 remaining in the third quarter. Eagles trail the Mandy McGuire Group scoreboard 14-0. Critical conference game here. You at least get a share if you win this game. Either team, I would imagine. East Alton would obviously need it more with their 1 loss already in the Kokia Conference. Doubles to the right side. That's the same formation, just flipped around. Running back number 24 this time, sniffed out right away. Mason Schnabel hits him behind the line of scrimmage, brings him down at the line of scrimmage.
And you can already tell that defense has come out with a little bit of a different firepower, forcing them 3rd and longs is not really a 3rd and long, but it's 3rd and 6. So, I mean, as a run-first offense, you're probably on 3rd and down, you're probably wanting to pass it here, but I mean, they've been running the ball for 6-7 yards at carry all night, so we'll see if what this coach does here on this 3rd down with 6:15 left in this third quarter.
Doubles to the right side, single running back. They're going to run it to the right side. Everyone's going over there. Eagles are going to have to make a play. It's going to be a gain of 4, maybe 5. They're going to mark them short, and I'm going to assume that they're going to go for it if you're East Alton. 4th down and 1 from the 29-yard line.
The Oilers are facing a 4th down and less than a yard.
The punter did come out, watch the football, watch the fake.
Yep. I wouldn't even drop anybody back on this.
No.
You saw that punt only went 15, 20 yards.
Here comes heavy right at you. Number 24, they have everyone at the line of scrimmage. All the Eagles go. Number 24 just jumps over the top of the lineman. It's going to be good for 2 yards and another 1st down for the Oilers.
St. Peter's on the carry. Good enough for an Oiler 1st down.
I thought it was the punt formation. Number 35 only went out on the punt last time. He just went out again, but it was their heavy set. So 5:10 remaining in the third quarter now. Clock keeps on tipping. Eagles need a fumble or something magical to happen here.
How about a scoop and score? That'll get something
I'll
going.
take that too. Tight end right, sniffer back right. They run to the left. Wyke's going to have to make a tackle, and he does. Loss on the play. Good open field tackle there by Brendan Wyke.
I was scared there because I didn't think he was going to be able to force it back inside. If he breaks that tackle, he's probably going to pick up that 1st down and maybe a lot more. But lucky enough, grabbed his foot while he was falling to the ground. And
they gave him the line of scrimmage there. Wow.
Yeah, I thought he went backwards too. 'cause I guess they gave him forward progress, but, I mean, he was trying to evade Wyke, so he went back probably 2-3 yards all the way back to the 30. Ball's on the 32.
2nd and 10, tight end right, wing back right. They run it to the right. Behind number 50 is your Poland guard. He's got himself 4, 5. We'll give him 6. Brings up a 3rd and 4. Come on, Eagles, get a stop.
Gained about 6 yards on that last play. It's third.
And they eat through that clock, man. I looked up there earlier. It was like 7 minutes left. I just looked again. It's 3:51 already, and they've had the ball, I'd say, probably 4 or 5 minutes already in this drive.
We said in the Aces Wild pregame show, ball control was their thing. Coach Warner wasn't lying. 3rd and 4, ball on the Oilers' 38-yard line. 3:33 on the game clock now, under 10 seconds. They do that just about every time.
I like it.
Here comes a reverse, and it's going to be sniffed out by the Eagles. Great job, Dominic Vagley. Dominic Vagley sniffs it out.
That's a huge play right
Loss
there.
of 4, and that's going to hopefully force a punt. It's going to bring 4th and 8. Clock's going to be at about 2:30. 4th and 8.
And here comes 35 again.
Yep.
That sets up 4th down and 8 yards to go for the Oilers.
I think the defense is starting to pick it up a little bit. We need some points though, so hopefully Don Bailey can get something going here on this punt return. I just saw Coach Kendall point to this side of the field, so if he catches it, he might reverse field and come straight towards us.
Motion man 35. Punt goes off. It's fumbled. Low punt, and it goes out of bounds once again. Coach Warner there to make the catch. Officials didn't blow the ball dead, which luckily the guy on the play clock did himself. So the Eagles now are going to take over at the 45, once again getting good field position. Eagles trail this one on that Mandy McGuire Group scoreboard. 14-0, 2:32 on the 3rd quarter. Doubles. Hudson Bryant, your running back, to the right side of Vagley, who's standing 5 yards deep. 4 down linemen. It's going to be a pass. Going to go underneath. Going to be a great catch there by Wetzel. A little bit of a slow developing play right there, but it's good for 6 and get the ball into the Oilers' 49-yard line.
I don't know why, but that throw always scares me because he's running a slant route kind of in the middle of the field. And if Dom doesn't put that in a little window, if he throws it a little too high or a little too short, you have a linebacker standing right in front of Wetzel, and then you have a safety coming up trying to make the tackle. So if you overthrow that, that could be another pick. So great throw there by Vagley to hit that window, 2nd and 5.
Vagley's going to run this time. He's going to get behind Schnabel. He's got himself a 1st down. Good blocking by Wetzel once again. He's to the left side. He's got the 30, the 20, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds near the 15. No penalty flags. It's a good 30-yard gain. Get something going for this Eagles offense. That play was blown up. Schnabel was actually a Oiler got in the backfield right away, kind of threw things off, forced Vagley to cut back upfield. Mason kept running along with Dom.
You saw Dom probably saw an opening out there. He likes bouncing it out once he sees a little lane, and that's what he did there because he thinks probably is, but one of the fastest kids on the field, so he thinks he can outrun everybody, and that's what he did right there on that play, 1st and 10.
Option play this time with Vagley to the left. He gets himself a good 8-9 yards running the ball hard. I like getting the ball in his hands now. Going to be near a 1st down, looking like he might be just short. He's going to be a yard short. That time the Eagles went empty. Hicks was your up back, your sniffer back. And it looked like it could have been an option if need be, but Vagley kept him himself. 2nd and 2, ball on the 10-yard line.
Oh, run it.
Empty
run an arrow
once
route right
again.
here. Run an arrow route right here.
Motion man is Wyke. We hand the ball off to Wyke. He's going to get himself a 1st down. He's got inside the 5, inside the 10. Gets knocked down at the 4. The big part there, he hung on to the football.
I liked what I saw out here. You had Wetzel and I think it was Janik in the slot to the right side in doubles formation. And you had the corner playing right over Wetzel, probably 3-4 yards off him, and that safety was almost standing in the end zone. So if you run Wetzel on a little slant route and put Janik on a little out route, you got options.
Same formation, under 40 seconds now in the third quarter. Vaguely gets it. It's in a run to himself. He makes one man miss, lowers his shoulder, gets into the end zone for Columbia Eagles touchdown.
Some extracurricular things going on. Looks like Carter Hicks got his helmet ripped off, and flags were thrown into the air.
So that'll be after the play. So the touchdown will stand. It's just going to be where is the PAT going to be taking place. I don't think Vaguely was getting stopped on that play.
No, I don't think so either. He put his head down at about the 3-yard line, and I knew nobody was going to be able to tackle him there. As the refs are still trying to figure out what happened after the play and what they're going to do.
After the play, personal foul on the offense. After the play, personal foul on the defense.
Those are offset.
Offset. Touchdown will stand.
Should just stay at the 3-yard line then, right? Pretty much act like nothing happened.
Yeah. I guess they got to take numbers of who the personal foul was on.
Yeah, because if they get 2, they are out, correct?
Yes.
Yep. Lots of confusion right now on the Columbia side. Dom's
touchdown's good. Yeah. So the PAT team comes out now. I think Coach Horner might be asking here now too.
What happened?
Does it go to the 3?
Yeah, I would think it just stays at the 3.
Yep, looks
like
it's
just
going
offset.
to. So Vaguely's going to be kicking from the 10. Wetzel on to hold. This is a huge play right here. Can really decipher what happens later. Officials still trying to talk to the coaches. I don't know what's taking so long.
It looks like the white hat was talking to somebody on the Wood River side. But here we go. Here comes the PAT.
So, Wetzel on the hold, Vaguely on for the PAT. Big play here. We got to get this point here. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and absolutely crushed right down the middle.
Over Zach Daly's head.
And that is good. So that now takes that Mandy McGuire Group scoreboard with 34.6 seconds remaining in the third quarter. East Alton Wood River 14, Columbia 7. We're going to head to a break. We're going to swap field possessions here, and we will be back with the kickoff in the last of the third quarter right after this. Welcome back to KCHS here from East Alton, where the Eagles have finally landed in the end zone.
Hey, I like that.
And trail it 14-7 with 34 seconds remaining. As Vaguely tees it up, sends it deep on a low kick. It's going to be picked up at the 10. Ton of Eagles down there on making the recovery, and it's going to be brought down by number 2, Carter Hicks, at the 30. And if Carter doesn't make that tackle,
he's got some room over
we got an issue. Clock never started, though.
You're right on that. I remember you saying 34.6.
So there's still 34.6. Good play there by Carter. So the Eagles' defense has made the right adjustments. Let's hope they can make it one more time. Well, at least one more time. Probably going to need it again later. Going to be split out single receivers, tight end right, up back right, running back left. He runs it to the right, number 22. He's been physical all night. He keeps his feet moving, brought down by number 2, Hicks. Gain of 2, maybe 3. And that is probably going to do it. That's going to do it. They're not going to get a play in 20 seconds. They haven't done it all night. That's going to do it for the third quarter. So the Eagles finally get into the end zone and trail this one 14-7 in the Koki Conference matchup. That has a lot riding on it. Like Jared said earlier tonight, if you get a win, either team right now, they're both sitting at 4-1. A win tonight makes you eligible for the playoffs with those 5 wins. You need 6 to get in for sure. 5 will get you at least eligible. So we're going to be back to East Alton here in a minute. Oilers are going to go from their 34. They're going to swap field, go over to the other 34. They're going to be going left to right when we come back right after this. Welcome back for the fourth quarter. 12 minutes remaining as we start. Eagles are going to have 3 down linemen, 5 linebackers, all up on the line of scrimmage. Wyke's going to blitz. He forces it back inside. There's Eagles there. A good stiff arm by number 22. Gets Wetzel out of the way. He hangs on just enough, and Nick Janik comes up. I'm sorry, not Nick Janik. Logan Hicks makes the tackle in the end. But it was gain of 9 and a first down. Eagles must stop right now.
And if you're East Alton River, you're most likely going to waste a lot of clock here and try to get one more touchdown and make it a lot harder for the Eagles to score 2 touchdowns whenever they have the ball for almost 7 minutes a quarter.
Tight end left, up back left. They run to the left. That's the wide side of the field. And they're going to gain another 6, and this is 7. And this is what we saw a lot in the first half. So East Alton has made an adjustment here after those first 2 drives where the Eagles didn't even give up a first down.
I want to know the time of possession of this game so far.
Luckily, I think Howie would have that for us here at the end of the game.
He does. And yet you're still only down a score. And you probably played your worst game all year.
You don't like saying that in week 6.
Yeah,
you don't like saying this is our worst game. Second down and 3, 10:45 remaining in the ball game.
Hard to believe it's week 6 already.
Running it to the right side, right at us. Good job there, Maddox Steffen.
Oh, they gave him a good spot. His knee was down way back here.
Maddox had no option other than to hang on right there. Makes a tackle, but it's a gain of 3 and a first down for the Oilers. Now have the ball in Eagle territory at the Eagle 46.
Yeah, this is a must stop here because if they score here, they're going to waste probably 4 to 5 minutes of clock. Then you're going to be down 2 scores with about 5-6 minutes left. So
they're going to the wide side of the field. You got 2 guys pulling this time. Number 22 running hard, got hit about 2 yards upfield and ends up getting 15. What a run there by number 22 and number 30, that wing back pulling for him. Ball now in the 32, good for 15-yard gain. 10 minutes remaining in the ball game. Come on, Coach G, bend, don't break.
They ran 3 plays in 2 minutes. 2 full minutes.
3 down linemen, 5 linebackers. You got man-to-man on the outside. They're going to run the same play this time to the right side instead of the left. Seth, number 22, makes a man miss. Gets another 11 yards and good for another first down.
Yeah, they're kind of riding on him right now. 22, Seth Sladen, the senior. He's listed on here as a quarterback and a safety, but he's a pretty good running back. And I think it was 24 that we saw a lot of in the first half, so kind of switching roles here.
9:15 now. Under 10 seconds on the play clock. Doubles to the left side, 2 running backs. They're going to hand it off to number 35. He's running downhill hard. He's going to get 6, maybe 7. Gets it down to the 15-yard line, and it's good for a second down and 5. Based on that PAT that they tried kicking earlier, they're not going to have much of a field goal kicker. I think the ball might have got off the ground about maybe a foot.
Already 8:30 left here.
Schnabel, Kish, and Hicks, your down linemen. 5 linebackers still doing man on the top side of the field in the doubles formation. They're going up the middle, though, this time with number 35. He's got 3, and the play's blown dead. The officials are quick to blow it dead now. Gain of 3, it's going to be a 3rd down and 1. 8:10 remaining in the ball game. What are you doing? You cracking on your linemen and blitzing? I'm calling Geronimo. I'm bringing 8 guys to the house.
Yeah, I think I would too, and just go man-to-man across the board on your wide receiver. Two wide receivers to the left side, and then this tight end. Yeah, and I'm bringing 8 people. I don't think we've seen him throw the ball, but maybe twice.
They're going to go up the middle again with number 22. He's going to get to the 10. And it's going to be about a foot far enough for a first down and 1st and goal for the Oilers. He needed a yard. He gained a yard and a foot.
And they're going to put the 6 down, so 1st and goal. Looks like ball's at the 8-yard line. From here, it looks like it's on almost right on the 10.
Columbia sticking with that 3-man front. They haven't changed the formation really on the defensive side of the ball all night. They're sending all 5 linebackers, it looks like, to the line of scrimmage, and they are a blitzing. It's a low snap, sniffed out by number 12, Dominic Vagley, loss of 3 on the play. That snap was off, and it threw everything off.
And he almost timed that snap up perfectly. Nobody even touched him there. His number 12 broke through that line and pushes it back a little bit.
6:40 now in the ballgame. Columbia still trails it 14-7 on that Mandy McGuire Group scoreboard. 2nd and goal from the 11. Another good spot. I thought they lost yardage on the play. Doubles to the left side, tight end right, wing back right, running back to the left. Under 5 seconds on the play clock. Eagles send everyone once again. Another good job by the Eagles forcing it out wide. Maddox Steffen in the backfield making the hit first.
6 minutes now, halfway through this 4th quarter. And now you really need to stop here, because that time has dwindled away so quickly.
3rd and goal from the 10. Quarterback just now gets into the huddle. 16 seconds as they break the huddle. 5:42 on the game clock. Doubles to the left side.
Big play here.
Tight end right, wing back right, running back to the left. Quarterback's going to keep it this time, rolling out to the left. He's got a man wide open, and he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, East Alton. Maddox Steffen was there. He just didn't make the play.
And you're almost not really expecting that, because, I mean,
not at all.
I think the He's only passed the ball twice, I think, and that was on the first drive in the first quarter. Down here on the left side of the field, but.
So they're going to go for 2 now. Number 24's got it. He runs downhill, and he gets into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. Sending the Mandy McGuire group scoreboard and putting the Eagles in a tough spot, down 15. 22 East Alton 7-0. 5:27 remaining in the ball game. We're going to head to a break, and we will bring you the rest of the ball game right after this. On a drive that lasted 6 minutes and 33 seconds, East Alton gets into the end zone, and Columbia's got their work cut out for them now. It all starts right here and need a good return. On a pooch kick, going to be caught by Mason Vagley at about the 35-yard line. He gets to the middle of the field, has a couple guys miss. He's got a wall set up on that right side. He's into East Alton territory, and he's going to be out of bounds at the 49. So that's what the Eagles needed. 5:16. They need to get in the end zone, recover an onside kick, get in the end zone again, get a 2-point conversion.
Along the way.
It's easy. It's on paper. It's easy. Move the ball here in this. All night, I think we've moved the ball decent. Sometimes better than others.
We get downfield and we just either turn the ball over, which we've done 3 times. So we'll see what Coach Horner's got.
Doubles to the left side. Doubles to the left side, running back left, sniffer back, Hicks to the right. Ball on the right hash. It's going to be a play-action pass. Vagley steps up into the pocket. Now he's going to have to scramble. He's still got his eyes downfield. He's got himself to the 40, to the 35, and out of bounds.
Ooh.
Good for a first down, and he goes out of bounds, which is going to stop the clock, which is even bigger. Ball at the 35 now after a 14-yard run.
Looks like Wyke and Bryant come on as Hicks runs off. I didn't see who else ran off over there.
Trips right, ball on the left hash. Quick
Wetzel.
Pass to the right side. Vagley's going to have to make something happen. Good job getting rid of the football. Throws it over the top. Clock's still running on an incomplete pass. Lost 3 seconds.
A couple times tonight.
I don't understand how you can't.
That's where you're one
you have one job. He had Wetzel open right away. I think Vagley was he was looking deep first, and that was going to be his check down, and didn't get down to his progressions fast enough. Going to be the same formation. No, this time we're going to go empty. Trips to the right side, doubles to the left. Linebackers for East Alton don't know what to do. Vagley's looking deep. It's just verts down the middle of the field. He's got Wyke to the right side. He's going to throw it to Janik, and it goes off his hands. Incomplete.
He had Wyke down the middle of the field, I thought. Because it looked like number 21. I couldn't tell if he was playing safety or if he was playing up as kind of a linebacker. And he kind of, Brennan Wyke had him beat at about the 5-yard line if that ball was in the air to him. But Vagley tried throwing it to Janik. Incomplete, 3rd and 10. 4:53 left here in this 4th quarter.
Same formation again for the Eagles. Hard count. 3rd and 5 now for the Eagles. If I'm watching film and I'm watching Columbia, my whole next week I'm going to have a segment that I just work on hard counts. Coach Horner calls them. He loves calling them. Why wouldn't you? It's a free 5 yards.
Yeah, I think we've been successful on almost every time we've done it this year.
This time trips to the right side, running back left. Going to be a pass play to the right side. He's got Wetzel on the snag route. Wetzel's going to get a first down, run to the right side. If he's going to get out of bounds, that would be awesome, and he's not.
Nope.
He is. Going to be good for a first down. Gain of 10 inside the 20-yard line, 4:44 on the clock. Eagles trail this one 22-7. Are you going for 2 now, or are you going to get a touchdown and
I
get
get
one?
a touchdown first, and then kick the field goal now, and then try to get that onside kick. Because then if you go for 2 now and you don't get that,
You got to do
pretty
it.
much shot yourself in the foot there. So
doubles now. Running back to the right side. Clock ticking away. 4:30. He did not get out of bounds. Clock started. Pass play once again to the right side. Vagley's going to have to scramble. Looks to the corner of the end zone for Janik, and it goes incomplete. Vagley gets knocked over late at the end. All the Columbia people over there have their hands up in the air. No penalty flag thrown. 2nd and 10, 4:20.
Makes it a 2nd down and 10 yards to go.
Looks like we're going to go trips to the left side. Ball on the right hash. Hudson Bryant is the running back with Vagley. Pass play here for the Eagles. Once again, going to have to scramble. Looks to the corner of the end zone for Bryant. And a tough ball there. I think Bryant was looking to stop and scramble with Dom.
he had Wyke again on that post route, running down the middle of the field. Nobody really picked him up until that safety came off of, I think it was Wetzel's man.
What do you think? They go hard count?
Oh, man.
You're
again,
2 for 2.
I mean, you can hear him all, you can hear him all watch the ball.
Trips to the left side, running back to the right. Looking to the left side is Vagley. He's got, what do you know, Zach Wetzel has a snag route again. He's inside the 5. Good for Columbia Eagles first down. 4:06 remaining. Bryant comes off. Carter Hicks goes on. Wetzel goes to the right side of the field. Ball in the middle of the field. 4:04 in the game. Eagles are turning around, looking at Coach Horner. Got to get a play call in here. We're going to go double stack. Double stack to the outside.
And this might be Dom coming this way.
Slot receiver.
Nope.
Going to be a run for Dom. He gets absolutely blown up. Carter Hicks didn't get a block down where he was supposed to. Might be a loss. Timeout on the play for the Eagles, 3:37. That's a good timeout by Coach Horner.
Yeah, and you had double stack to the right plus another guy, so it's basically trips, and you had Habermill over here by himself. And you only had one guy over the top of him, and the next guy on that defensive line that was close was the free safety playing in the middle of the field. So I would have liked to see if Dom could come to the left side where there's less defenders at, but wanted to go to the strong side, see if we can make a block, but not able to get in the end zone there as we're on the, looks like 2 or 3 yard line down there. So
Eagles come out to the field. I'm trying to get in the end zone on this play right here. 2nd and 3, or second goal from the 3. Albert Pools, home run 701.
look at him go. The GOAT.
Eagles now in a huddle in midfield. East Alton comes out onto the field. Final 3:37 here from East Alton. Columbia needs a touchdown, a PAT, a touchdown, and a 2-point conversion. A jump pass, and nobody's home. Thank goodness that fell incomplete.
Didn't Tim Tebow do that a couple times in college?
Yeah.
I know.
I didn't expect that. Hicks
Yeah,
comes
it's not
off,
home.
Janik comes off.
3rd and goal.
Nick Janik and Habermill come on. 3rd and goal, doubles. Everyone up to the line of scrimmage for the Oilers. Going to be a pass play. Looking to the outside. Vagley's going to have to throw it. Nearly gets picked off. And falls incomplete.
It all comes down to this play here.
4th and goal from the 3. You got to think that they're bringing the house right now.
And since we've had that ball over there on the right hash, we haven't tried to use this left side of the field really at all, the wide side. Everything that Bagley's kind of been throwing is into the short side of the field, into the boundary, where there's a bunch of guys lined up. And now we flip the field with double stack all the way out here to the left with White playing slot receiver. Bagley's going to get the ball. He's going to take it up the middle, and he's going to be in for Eagles touchdown.
He wasn't getting stopped on that one either. Looks like Columbia's going to go for 2. Coach Horner's looking at Coach Germain right now. We're going for 2. Don Bagley wasn't going to get stopped on that play. 3:21 remaining in the ball game, and now this is your next game, ball game play. Run the same play. I don't take it out of my quarterback's hands.
Yeah, I don't think I do either.
So the Eagles are going to have the same formation, this time to the right side. It's going to be quarterback keeper, and it's sniffed out. Nobody made a block. Joe Kish didn't have anybody there. So now, after the failed 2-point conversion, that sends a score to Columbia 22. No, I'm sorry, East Alton 22. Columbia 13. 9-point game, 3:21 remaining. Now you need to have 2.
I don't know why you don't kick the PAT there. I really don't.
That was the same play. So
yeah, just flipped. I don't know. I feel like you take the point there and you're still down 1 possession with 3:20 left. A lot of time, even if you don't get the onside kick.
You can still get a stop.
Still a lot of time left, and you still have 2 timeouts. I don't know. I think you take the PAT there and still go down 1 position.
Roxana leads at 26-6 over Freeburg. That would improve Roxana to 2-1 in the conference and drop Freeburg to 0-3. So the Eagles are going to have to attempt the onside kick here. Haven't seen this year yet, so we'll see what happens. Vagley gets a big bounce, and it's going to be caught by the Oilers, and they're going to have the ball at the Eagles' 45-yard line rather, with 3:19. And got to figure Eagles are in a bad spot right here. They need to hope for a fumble and a scoop and score.
And then another onside kick.
With another onside kick, yeah.
Oh, man.
Three down linemen for the Eagles. Going to be Joe Kish, Schnabel, and Hicks. 5 linebackers again. Nothing's changed. They're going to run it to the right side, force back to the inside. Going to get a gain of 1.
They're going to call
penalty flag.
They're going to call a face mask. You watch.
I didn't see anything.
Yeah. They're going to get Wetzel on a face mask. You can see how Wetzel doesn't like that call, and I do not like it at all. That is awful.
I did not see any face mask whatsoever on that play.
He didn't even really make the tackle. He was just coming in to try to finish the tackle. There were already 2 guys bringing him down, and I do not like that call at all. And that was literally right in front of us.
Yeah, there couldn't have been any more right in front of us. So it's a 5-yard penalty.
Horner wants to burn a timeout.
So especially in that call right there. So you called the penalty. It had no effect on the play.
Yeah, none. And Wetzel's not a guy that shows emotion a lot on the field. He's quiet, does his job, does what he's told, and he was jumping around right there, not liking that call at all. And you don't see that much from him. So that's probably a missed call there that they did call. Not a fan.
So now Columbia with 1 timeout remaining with 3:12 left in the ball game. Ball at their own 43-yard line.
Looks like Coach Horner over there.
Watching the replay?
It looks like it. Or is that? I think that's him all the way on the right side. I think that might have been Coach Kendall showing Coach G that was not a face mask.
No. So same formation for the Oilers, same play for the Oilers. They get first down.
Strip the ball.
Wetzel trying to go for the strip, but it's good for a first down, and you got to think that really puts this about out of reach here for the Eagles.
Yeah, and they move the chains, another first down. And if anything, you were hoping for a stop on that, for the first and 10, and then burn your 2 timeouts if you have a good 2nd and 8, then like a 3rd and 6. But now you're only down to 1 timeout, and that clock's just going to keep on ticking. I'm really impressed with the way they are able to control the game, though. Like, it's really impressive, and I don't think their O-line gets enough credit, but, I mean, that 22 and 24 tonight, they've been running really hard and hitting their holes.
They're going to run it to the left side this time. The wide side of the field brought down by Dom Vagley.
Burn another one.
And the Eagles are going to burn their final timeout with 2:24 remaining.
Columbia calls timeout.
Tough game here for the Eagles. They came in after a big Week 5 win over Freeburg, 24-0. Come out tonight flat, I guess you would call it.
Yeah.
Ball goes in between Wetzel's hands, gets intercepted. We had a next drive. I think we stopped them on that drive.
Yeah, they scored. They came out and scored.
Well, then the next drive, we got the fumble. We had a good run. Get stripped from behind.
Yep.
So just another turnover there. I think we had one more turnover that led to points.
And that was whenever we had the ball at the 2-yard line, and Cam Janik was
Fumbled
looking
into the end zone.
looking like he was going to score, but fumbled in the end zone for a touchback. And the Eagles have tried to fight their way back in this. That last drive they had, Don Vagley with a 3-yard touchdown run, but they elected to go for 2 and not get it, so we are down 9.
Quarterback keeps it, goes up the middle. He gets 3, maybe 4. Brings up a 3rd down and 6. 2:15 on the game clock.
Oilers carry the ball down to
The 31-yard line now for the Oilers.
31-yard line. 3rd down and 6.
So again, turnovers. A couple penalties did hurt us here too as well, but more so the turnovers. Coming out flat. They had a good game for the Eagles. Under 2 minutes now. And like you said, Jared, this East Alton team, they did everything right tonight, and they did everything they needed to do.
Yeah, the quarterback's only passed the ball twice, so
One for a touchdown.
Yeah. Been a rough night for the Eagles. Now it looks like East Alton Wood River wants to call a timeout and talk things over. 3rd and 7 with 1:35 left here in the ball game. Eagles down 22-13.
Next week will be homecoming. Once again, that parade on Wednesday. The game on Friday, 5:30 at the Perch. Look for the Columbia Quarterback Club tent. You're not going to miss it. That is going to be where the Quarterback Club will have hors d'oeuvres and soft drinks for everyone that comes down. Once again, pass the word along. We need as many people out as we can. T-shirts will be available while supplies last, and we will honor that 1972 team in between the 3rd and 4th quarter. We tried to get it in between the 1st and 2nd, but with student stuff going on for homecoming, they are going to be between the 1st and 2nd. I believe it is a magical homecoming or something like that. I think it had something to do with Disney. Happiest homecoming on earth, something like that.
I don't even remember what my proms were, Alex.
Oh,
or
yeah.
homecoming. I don't remember any.
3rd and 7, 1:35. 4 down linemen now for the Eagles. 4 linebackers. Going to be a run, sniffed out. Good job, Joe Kish getting in the backfield. Loss of 2. Brings up a 4th down and 9. 1:25 on the clock. Going to be at about 50 seconds, a little shy of that, I believe, when they have to snap the football.
And they'll probably go for it here and try to pick up a first down and win the game. If they don't, I mean,
Who cares?
Columbia's going to have 40 seconds to score 9 points, which is not very – you never know, but it's not very likely.
Officials standing next to the coaches once again. It looks like a timeout will be called at the last second, and it is.
They bring their punter out. 35 just came out on the field, so they might just pin the Eagles deep and make them go the distance of the field. And that'd be nice right now. We only down by 8.
I think
or 7.
If I'm the Eagles, I'm going a block here. But I'm going to send somebody deep, too, and I'm going to catch it. I'm not going to let it rattle around down there.
Yeah.
If I have to catch it on the 5, you're almost going to have to.
And you never really see a team punting from
the 30.
The 30. But in this instance, it's a smart thing to do, I think. Don't force a scoop and score or anything whack like that. So it looks like they are going to set up the punt team here. 4th and 9.
Here comes a fake. That would cap off a night, wouldn't it? Yeah. They are sending Vegley back deep. Motion man number 35, punt. Gets off, and it's going to hit at the 4 and get into the end zone.
Clock ran 3 extra seconds. It's okay, though.
So the Eagles are going to take over from the 20. They got 80 yards, 42 seconds to do it. Fat Lady's not singing yet, but she might be warming up for the Eagles. This coach down here at the 50-yard line, he's been by himself all night. He talks when he needs to, doesn't say much, but dressed completely different than everyone else. See what the Eagles can do now. Trips to the right side, quick route, thrown to Wetzel. They got a wall of blockers out there. He's got close to 10. Gets out of bounds. Play lasted 6 seconds. And he gained 8 on the play.
And right now you don't really want to do any trick plays or anything.
Don't show them.
Yeah, don't give them away. Just run your basic stuff. And
4 down linemen for the Oilers.
Get out of here with no injuries is the big thing.
Trips to the left side, doubles to the right, empty backfield for the Eagles. 36 seconds, ball on there, 27. Vegley takes the snap, throws it to the right side to Bryant. He gains 7, goes out of bounds at the 35. Good for Columbia Eagles first down.
And puts his head down and puts a good hit on the Oilers defender. Looked like that was their quarterback, number 5. They came in and tried to put a lick on him, but Bryant said no. First down Eagles. 30 seconds and counting.
Same formation once again for the Eagles. This play's taking a little bit longer. Wetzel's in the middle of the field. Wyke is too. He gets tackled. He didn't get enough for a first down. Oh, they're going to give it to him. And they're moving the change. That is huge for the Eagles. That stops the clock. You're going to have to spike it. Get up on the line of scrimmage. You got to spike it, Dom. Guys are walking around. Now they start it. Throw it down. Takes 2 seconds. So the Eagles have 13 seconds now. And now you got to start looking deep. Second and 10 now. With the spike. Ball at the Eagles 45. Trips to the right side. Running back Hudson Bryant to Vegley's left. They're going to send pressure off the edge. Vegley steps up, throws it to the middle of the field to avoid the pick. Or I'm sorry, to avoid the sack.
No one was turned around looking for the ball.
I'm going to say that's on the wide receivers there. You know they're going to be bringing pressure, so you got to know, hey, I got to get my head snapped a little quicker. I don't think anybody was really open. But good play on Dom's part. You cannot take a sack there. So
yeah, that ends the game.
7 seconds now for the Eagles to get 9 points.
Not possible, Alex.
Trips to the right side, ball on the right hash. Once again, bringing pressure off the edge. Looks like the Oilers, and they do. They bring 3 linebackers. Vegley just throws it up in the air. It's going to have to be caught by Janik. Falls incomplete with 1.1 remaining.
Should be 2.1. They let an extra second go off.
So 4th down now for the Eagles, 4th and 10. And again, just a game that the Eagles weren't ready to play in tonight. East Alton did what they had to. They played a very good game. Did a great job controlling the line of scrimmage, controlling the clock, controlling the game, and Columbia couldn't get anything going as Vagley is going to go under center and just take a knee here to end the ball game.
Fake kneel.
And he takes the knee, and that does it. So, with that, the Mandy McGuire Group scoreboard for the final is going to read East Alton 22, Columbia 13. East Alton goes to 5-1, 2-1 in the conference, and Columbia goes to 4-2, 2-1 in the conference as well. So now that Salem game is a big one, just to try to get a tie for conference. Jared, do you have any last-minute thoughts on tonight's game?
I mean, not really. I think that first half was just we came out really slow, and then we couldn't really get anything going. Anytime you have a lot of turnovers, not only in the whole game but in the first half, it can kind of just set you back a little bit, and that's what the Eagles were tonight. They were always playing from behind, which against a run-first football team, you never want that because they can manage the whole game like they did tonight. So just from the beginning, it was just not a very fun game to watch from a Columbia Eagles fan, but give your props to East Alton River. They did everything right tonight. Made a lot of lanes for their two running backs that probably had 20 carries each at least. So overall, good job by them, but Columbia just not their night tonight.
So the Eagles go back to the drawing board. Next week they have the Salem Wildcats who come into the game. They are 1-4, and I believe they're going to be beat tonight. Central is leading 22-0 at half. So they're going to come in at 1-5. Nothing to really lose right there for them. As you can hear, East Alton there, they're excited. Have all right to be. So with that being said, thank you all for listening once again. Make sure you tune in to the Holton Meets Coaches Corner, which airs on Spotify. Inside the Nest is what you would search for that. To our sponsors, thank you. Appreciate it. Need you to do all of this, so please support all of our sponsors throughout the year. Eagles fall this game here in the Kokia Conference 22-13 for Mr. Nickerson. For Jared Germain, I'm Alex Schlemmer. We will see you in the Holton Meets Coaches Corner and the Aces Wild pregame show next week from Columbia.
Go
Have a
Eagles,
good
baby.
night.